Hello everyone. Basically my hair is a mess, but that is one thing we knew throughout 2017 and throughout 2016 and throughout every other year. Basically today I have for you my 2017 favourites, my whole holy grails of the whole year and things that I'll continue to repurchase like forever and ever. So yeah, my hair is an absolute mess. It's like I just don't know what to do with it. So yeah, please ignore my hair and yeah, let's get into the video. I'm gonna start off with like what you'd start off with like first in like your makeup routine. So I'm going to start off with a couple of like skincare items. I'm not going to do like my whole skincare favourite products because I feel like that'd be too long. I'm going to do like an updated skincare routine, and I know I keep saying that, but I'm on it this year with my videos. So my favourite moisturiser of 2017 for applying before makeup, was the L'Oreal Hydra Genius Aloe Water. This one is for normal to dry skin because I get oily skin and I get dry skin, and as you can see this is well loved. I've used like so much of this and this is great. It doesn't like crumble or anything like that, as I've said in previous videos. I think it's a great base for makeup. If you don't wear primer then you should, but if you don't wear a primer then obviously you don't have to, but this is a great base like for foundation if you didn't want to wear a primer, because it has like that tacky feeling that you can apply stuff over it, and when you apply it onto the skin it just feels like water and it just feels like an extra layer of hydration. So I'd really recommend this, and I believe it's about £7 maybe. On offer it's normally about like £6 or £7, £5, something like that. So yeah, that's the L'Oreal Hydra Genius Aloe Water. My favourite lip balms, because you've got to prep your lips, especially for applying like liquid lipsticks, any lip products that are going to last on your lips, say like all day long, especially like lip pencils as well. They like, sorry my jumper keeps riding down, especially like lip pencils, they can be super drying and really dry your lips out. My favourite high-end one of the year was the Malin and Goetz lip balm. Then my favourite drugstore one is the Blistex cherry one. So the Blistex cherry and Malin and Goetz. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, basically if you want to splurge and spend a bit more, I'd go for this one. I've also heard that the Kiehl's one's really nice. I want to try that one next. I believe this is maybe around like £9, because I don't know, because I didn't actually purchase this myself because it was in like a gift box my best friend got me the other year for my birthday, and I only sort of got into using this say like the end of 2016 to sort of like 2017, but this is so nice. It's so moisturising, and I find as soon as my lips start to get chapped and I use this, it works like straight away, and it's a nice like thick formula but not like too like heavy. And then with the Blistex one, comes out as like this white cream. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, and basically I just like the smell of this one. I did have the original one, but I prefer the cherry one, and yeah, just tastes like cherries. This one I actually, in a way, I prefer for when like I'm in a rush, because this one just sinks into your lips. I'd say this one's easier to like wipe off because it's like a little bit thinner. The Malin and Goetz I'd sort of apply more at night, but this one is great like in the day, and the other one's like better at night, I'd say, but they're equally both as good. It's just obviously there's like a big price point. This is about £3. As I said, the other one's probably about £9, I reckon. Moving on to primers. So this, as you will probably all know if you've watched me for a while, is my favourite primer. I don't even think you need to spend the money on a primer like to go like all out. Well, this is sort of bashing what I'm about to say about this product, but with like primers I don't reckon you need to spend about £30 on like the Illamasqua one or anything like that. I only have the Illamasqua one because it went on sale once, but this is the Maybelline New York Master Prime by Face Studio Blur and Smooth primer base, and I got this in America. I wish they'd bring it to the UK because it would make my life so much easier. I'm going to get about 2 or 3 bottles of this when I go out there this year. It's about $9 I believe, so if you convert that into pounds it's probably about £6. It's the best primer I've ever used. It blows your skin, it doesn't crumble, it makes your face feel so smooth. It's a nice tacky base for the foundation to sink into, and it just makes the products apply so nicely on top. It's not too thick on the skin either, so I really enjoy using this. And every other primer I seem to use just like crumbles, or it's just not very nice. So yeah, there's that one. And then the other primer that I've fell in love with, I used to use this years ago, and it's MAC Strobe Cream. This is a little sample that I got recently, and I've fallen back in love with this. I've been using this because obviously I can't get this over here, apart from if you was to spend like loads on Amazon. I need to get the big size of this in duty free because I love this. So with this, I feel like you don't need to always wear like moisturiser with this. You can like wear this as a moisturiser and a primer, like a 2-in-1. It's absolutely amazing, and it gives like a nice glow to the skin. It doesn't even matter if you have oily skin, because this is just like a nice moisturiser. When I say moisturiser, it doesn't feel like that moisturiser, the L'Oreal one. It's more of like a thick like cream, but I really do enjoy using this, and it's great, as I said in a previous video, if you want to apply it underneath like a highlighter, like a powder highlighter, and you could like dab it on the cheek. And then, so they're my two favourite primers of the year. I have also used other primers like the Makeup Forever ones and that. I don't honestly think like they're that amazing, like they don't really stand out to me that much, and not something I'd recommend you go buy, because I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, go buy it, it's really great, when they're like £25 or something. And I don't honestly think they're worth the money, because I don't see much of a difference. For some people they might work, but for me they don't, and for me these work the best. This is about £9, and a little sample of this is £10. And to be honest, if you buy two of, not this size, it's a bit bigger than this, I think it's 30ml. If you buy two of the 30ml, they're £10 each. It works out £20 obviously. If you buy the bigger size, like the full size, that's £24. It's actually cheaper to buy the two travel size ones. So I'm just letting you know. Okay, with foundation favourites, I've got quite a few. Piled them all up here. My first foundation that I'd have to talk about, because it's my all-time favourite, not this shade, this is like my lightest shade that I've got, but this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation, and this one is in 128 Warm Nude. The shade I use at the moment is 338 or 328, something like that. I've also got 228 as well. This is the best foundation ever. I'd recommend using this on clients. I'd recommend using it on your mum. I'd recommend using it on everyone. It's literally flawless, and it says matte, but it's not that thick matte. It's more like that demi matte finish. It's not even as matte as like Fix Plus. It's like a satin finish, and it just looks so like beautiful on the skin. So I'd really recommend getting this if you haven't already. I don't want to rave about it too much because I've spoken about it so much on my channel before. It doesn't make your face look cakey or anything like that, and it doesn't have flashback either. That's what I've found, like it doesn't really have any flashback, and the colours that they do are such a good match, especially if you wear tan or if you don't wear tan. Maybelline do such a massive array of colours in all their foundations, from dark to medium to light to like very pale. So yeah, I definitely recommend looking at these, and they actually do the Matte and Poreless in the UK. They've done it for a few months. I prefer the America formula, and I prefer the bottle. I think it just is nicer when they're in a glass bottle, but in the UK they're like £5 to £6. In America this is like $5. I'll be stocking up on my darker shade when I go back next month. My next favourite from the drugstore is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. Mine is in golden beige. I need a darker shade really. This one, I haven't used it in months because I didn't know if I could get it over here or not. Obviously I know that I'd have to get it on like Amazon, but that's like something I couldn't really be bothered to do, to be honest. This is about $4 and it's so good. It is very matte, so if you have very dry skin you might not like this, but I just like the applicator of it. For a foundation that you're spending like $4 on, I think that's so good. I just think this has such great coverage. It doesn't flash back. As it says, it's the photo focus. It's meant to be basically like the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in my opinion. It's cruelty free, as it says, has the little bunny sticker on. It's just, I can't fault this foundation at all. I would say if you don't want it to be as like matte, then I would suggest applying like the custom Cover FX like illuminating drops in it, because like I said, it is very matte. It's not as matte as like the Kat Von D foundation, but it is still matte, and it's got a nice full, medium to full coverage buildable finish to it. Coverage, not finish. So yeah, I really recommend this. As I've spoke about full coverage foundations, I'm going to go on to a natural finish foundation. This is my natural finish foundation and I'll be taking this away with me. This is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-hour breathable foundation. Mine is in 402 bronze. I got this sent to me by Influencer and the people at Rimmel, and this is like the doe foot applicator. It's like a concealer. You dot it around the face, and yeah, this is my shade. It matches me quite well. I would say it can be a bit ashy, but I think it's not as like dark as I need it to be when I'm really tanned. But I do mix it sometimes with like the L'Oreal True Match. But this is so nice. I'd say it's like a sheer to medium coverage. You can build it up quite well. It's not cakey, it's satin finish, it's not matte. It just looks like skin. It's just so beautiful on your skin. It's like a nice satin finish. And say if you've got freckles, then they will just like show through this foundation and look so beautiful. But you can cover them if you like really want to. You just like dab more layers on. The only thing, as I've said about this before, that I don't like is that I feel like you have to use a lot of the product like round your face, where like a couple of foundations I can use like a pump or two and it'll do my whole face. This I find I have to keep dotting it round the face to like get the amount that I need on my face. But yeah, this is about, I think it's about £5-6 it would be, because it's like Rimmel, but obviously I was sent it, so I don't know the price like off by heart. Yeah, I use this with like a beauty blender. I don't know if I've used it with a brush. Yeah, I have, yeah. I use it with a flat top like foundation brush or a beauty blender. Both work beautifully. Then moving on to my little concoction. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Total Cover and then the L'Oreal Paris True Match. And I mix these two together. I've mentioned these in a video before. This is very full coverage and very matte on its own. I don't like it that much, apart from if it was like with a beauty blender and like with some illuminizing drops. Then this is the L'Oreal True Match. I like this on its own. I like it with other foundations. This is the foundation I mix with other foundations all the time. It's like one of my holy grails now. When I first ever tried this the other year, I hated it. Didn't like the old formula. Love this formula. I just love this. Illuminizing. It's got little glitter particles. They don't show up on the skin. It just makes your skin look healthy. It makes your skin look alive. It makes you look sun-kissed, and the two together give such a nice full coverage look. If you're going on holiday, I'd recommend just wearing this on its own. If you're going out at night, I'd recommend using the two together. Just really like the two together. So they're both from L'Oreal, and normally, as I said in my other video, L'Oreal have deals on, so you could get like the two, like 2 for 1, and Holly Boone did like do this, like recommend this combination. So a foundation you probably have never really heard me talk about that much, unless you like were subscribed to me like ages and ages ago, is the Dior Air Flash foundation. Now this is very expensive. It's about £30 and mine is in like a really weird shade. It's 400, because at the time they hardly had like any shades. I think I got it when it first came out, and again it was a Holly Boone recommendation. It makes your skin look really flawless though, but I just hate the colour, so I have to mix it with like other foundations. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I love the fact you can just shake it and it just spray it on and then blend it with a brush, but in a way I hate, like, say I like doing my eyebrows and then the rest of my makeup, so if I spray this on my head and my eyebrows are done, then it gets in my eyebrows if I'm not careful. So, oh my god, I thought I wasn't filming. Anyway, I can have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this stuff, but it is really nice. I just wish I had like a different colour, but again it's Dior, so it's really, really expensive. Maybe I'll have a look in Sephora if they've got like some other colours, but yeah, in the UK we literally have like such a small selection of colours to what the US have. But if you're looking to like splurge on a foundation that makes you look really flawless, then I would recommend that. Like if you're more of a high-end girl, then you would love that. And it is like a medium coverage, I would say, to full coverage when you layer it up. And I'd recommend using, you can use a beauty blender, but I would recommend using a brush to build the coverage up, because I feel like the beauty blender can sometimes suck up the product if you're not careful. Okay, and then my last foundation. This foundation I've loved for years and years. This was the first Holygrail. This was the first high-end foundation I was ever bought. My mum bought it for me when I first started getting into makeup about like 5 years ago, something like that. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I bought a new one like last month. This is NC42. This is what I have on today. This makes your skin look flawless. This is just like my Holygrail foundation. It's not too thick, it's not too matte, it's not too heavy on the skin. It's just perfect, and when you apply it with the right products and when you apply it with the right tools, you can just make this look so nice. Like, some people used to say that Fix Plus was like a mask, and I really like don't agree. I don't know how people wear Double Wear by Estee Lauder. That foundation I absolutely hate. I wore it the other year, I got a sample of it, and I absolutely hated it. It's the one foundation I cannot wear. When I put it on, I literally felt like I couldn't move my face. This foundation, on the other hand, is just my holy grail. I just love it. When I don't know what foundation to wear, I will always opt for this. Obviously, I couldn't a few months ago because I didn't have it and I needed a new bottle because I'd run out, but this is always the one that I go back to. I love the smell of it for some reason. It smells like paint, but it used to be £21, it's now £23.50. It's cheaper than a lot of other high-end foundations. It lasts you a while. They have so many good tones in this foundation. They got your yellow tones, got like golden tones. This is more of got your olivey tones, you've got your pinky tones. You've just got literally like every tone you could want in a foundation. Two foundations I really want to try when I go to the States is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation and the Rihanna Fenty Foundation. I would get them over here, but they'll be cheaper over there, and I want to film a few videos while I'm over there, like testing those out. So yeah, and also I'll get like points on my Sephora thing. I'll do brows now. I feel like 2017 was the year that everyone went mad on brows. Like, actually like doing like feathery brows and like thick brows. So I've got 3 products here to show you. Oh, please ignore my cup. My tea's on cold. The first product I'm going to start off with is the Freedom Eyebrow Pomade in dark brown. Now, if you started watching me like this past year, you'll know that I used to use this all the time. This is what it looks like. It's got some Inglot Duraline in it, so that's why it's a bit like mushy. Basically, I used this because I didn't want to spend like 16 quid on the ABH one, even though I knew I loved it, and I was so stuck for ages to know what like colour to use. And to be honest, I thought at the time that this colour was good for me, but it's so cool tone and I prefer my brows to be a bit more like warmer, like how they are looking now. So yeah, this is the shade dark brown. There's nothing wrong with this at all, it's just the tones. I find the tones can be a bit off in these, in the like drugstore range. I find the formula really good, it's really creamy. It is a little bit drier than the ABH one, but I feel like you can achieve the same look. I would say the ABH is a little bit creamier, so maybe you can create like a bit more of a like, I don't know, it depends what you're like with your brows really. I just feel like that looks more defined and like creamy than like what this used to. This will be a bit drier. Another reason why I had to apply the Duraline in this one. But these are like £5 and I really recommend these if you're starting out with your eyebrows, or if you just want to try out a dip brow, then I'd recommend going for one of these if you don't want to go for the Anastasia one. One thing with dip brows is that when you start out using them, when you first ever start out, they can be very dramatic and they can make your brows look like really thick and like slugs. Like, you might think my eyebrows are thick at the moment, but you can probably see like my eyebrow hair. Whereas like when you first start out, they literally look like you've got no eyebrow hair and they literally just look like slugs on your face. That is the Freedom Dip Brow Pomade. I'd highly recommend giving it a go and just trying it out really. Then before my dip brow arrived, I got this like years ago. It's the MAC Dip Down Fluid line. I stopped using this a few years ago again because I got the ABH one. This is like £15. This is a great dupe of the like Anastasia one. It's not really a dupe because it's the same price, but it's a really good like also to use as a brown liner, because that's what their fluid lines basically are. They're just like eyeliners. Nothing bad to say about this product. This is a bit creamier than the Freedom one, and this holds its place really nicely. It doesn't like crumble off or anything. I sometimes find the Freedom one would crumble throughout the day, or it would just go a bit patchy, but this one's really, really nice. I'd highly recommend the MAC one or the Anastasia one. So this is my little baby. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in chocolate. I'm not going to talk about this for long because everyone and their mum has this. Right, so this is mine. As you can see, I've used a little bit of it. I got mine just before, like just the end of November, I think it was, or the start of November, because I had to wait ages because my ABH parcel was taking ages to be delivered. They're now like £23 or something, which is ridiculous. I got mine for like £15, I think. Or maybe they're £20 now, I don't know, can't remember. But they are the best eyebrow thing you'll ever buy. They stay in place all day, they're creamy, they're not dry. If they dry up after a few months, again, use the Inglot Duraline. They don't tug. You literally can use it as an eyeliner, literally anything. You can use it as a lip liner. They're literally the best thing ever. You use it as an eye base if you're doing a brown smoky eye. I can't fault this product at all. You can make it look intense, you can make it look natural. So this is like what I have on now. As you can see, I like to make my eyebrows look more intense, but totally like up to you with whatever like you are going for. So I apply these with a MAC 266 angled brush, and I could never ever fault this product. Okay, I'm just going to talk about these like two eyebrow like gels. So first of all, I have the Benefits Bravo Conditioning Primer. This was what I discovered in 2017. It came out in 2017, I believe. I got it when I was on my way to America. Got it in duty free, and my mum kindly bought it for me, and it's still going strong now. It's literally the best thing. It's a silicone tip. I've mentioned it in videos before. I mention it all the time. It's a silicone tip, and you just brush it through the eyebrows. I just push mine up. It's actually a primer, as it suggests, but I don't like putting things through my eyebrows before applying like my pomades and that, because I find it makes my brows go crusty and sticky, and I don't like that. I like applying this after I've applied my eyebrow product, and I like to push the brow hairs up. I then apply my brow gel, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and this I need a new one of. I've used this for years. The two together are a match made in heaven if you don't want your brows to go anywhere, obviously with the pomade. And this is about £20, and I think this is about £17, I don't know. But the two together, like, you don't need both. I'm just super over the top. This one you twist up, and then obviously this one you just unscrew it. I just really like the applicator. I just pull the brow hairs up, and then I just leave it a couple of seconds, and then I go through with that. I just find it makes your brows look really nice and fluffy, and I find that way I don't need to do that soap effect by using this. And I really enjoy these two together, or on their own, it doesn't really matter. Moving on to concealers, I've got the Rimmel Wake Me Up. Mine is in True Ivory, and this is my most natural like concealer. This is the concealer that I'll wear, like, say if I'm going to work and I just want a little bit under my eyes, I just want a little bit of colour to cancel out any like discoloration, or I just want a little like colour on my lid, and I just again want to cancel out any discoloration. This actually is like my skin tone. My other concealers are usually like fairer because they are what I highlight with, whereas this is, as I said, my skin tone. Well, it's a little bit lighter, but it's not like ridiculously light. This is about £4. This is my favourite natural finish concealer. This is like the only concealer I'll wear like on my face. My other concealers that are heavy coverage I don't tend to wear on my face. I only tend to wear on my eyes and my under eyes, and sometimes like if I really want to go extra and like highlight around my face. But this is normally the only concealer I'll tend to wear like on my face, as well as like the eyes and under eyes. It's a nice yellow tone. It doesn't feel heavy under the eyes. It's not cakey. Oh my god, I just had a heart attack. My camera stopped recording and I don't know where I got up to. I think it was the concealer. So as I was saying, I don't know why they're discontinuing this. This is what I was talking about. I hope this has got this far. So I don't know why they're discontinuing this, because this is every makeup artist's favourite concealer ever. It's just so nice as a base. It makes your eyeshadows stand out really like vibrant and pigmented, like extra pigmented, very colourful, all that jazz. Sorry, my mind's like gone off now. My boyfriend's just got home. Anyway.
What?
What's in the middle of filming my video? This is my favourite concealer to do like eye bases. It's far too thick to wear under the eyes. I remember when I first got this, I wore it underneath my eyes and I was like, oh my god, it's like far too like heavy. It's just horrible. It makes your eyes like really dry, so I wouldn't wear this like a few days like in a row if I was doing heavy makeup. I've also been doing that thing recently of like patting your concealer instead of actually setting it with powder, which is what Paige Louise, otherwise known as P. Louise, well, P. Louise on Instagram, does, because I found it actually works so much better. Like the colours I've got on today, they look so much more like vibrant than what they would if I'd have just set the concealer with powder. So yeah, I didn't use this today, but I used my favourite. So this is my favourite concealer ever. You probably gathered this because it's everyone's favourite. This is Tarte Shape Tape. I have mine in the shade Fair and Light. Fair is more yellow tone and Light is more pink tone. Don't know if you'll be able to tell. Yeah, you can. This concealer was raved about for over a year before I got it. Well, maybe a few months. I got it when I was in America last year, and I got it on like our last day, and I was like, oh my god, I need this concealer, blah blah blah. Anyway, I went into Ulta and I didn't expect it. Like I didn't know how big it was going to be. I just knew I wanted to pick it up. So I went in there like to pick it up, and oh my god, I was like, what? This tube, like I don't know if you'll actually be able to tell. Right, so this is my iPhone 7. That's the concealer. You can see it's quite like, and like look how like wide the bottle is. You get so much for your money. It's like 20 something pound, and then in dollars I think it was like $25 or something, so I obviously got two because I didn't know if I'd, you know. The applicator, you get such a big applicator as well. I was just so shocked when I like got it. Like I didn't know how much product you get. You just get so much, like it's so worth your money. Like if you compare it to that MAC one, you hardly like get anything in there compared to what you get in these. It says 10 millilitres apparently. I'd say you get more than that. And they're so heavy, like there's still so much left in one of these. And the packaging's cute, like they're just everything you could want in a concealer. I used this concealer today on my eyelids and underneath my eyes. Although it's like a thicker consistency, you can blend it out with a sponge and you get a nice full coverage. And underneath my eyes I patted this out and it actually looked quite sort of semi-natural. It isn't like a really matte finish, but when you keep patting it down, like when I patted it down with my MAC brush today on the eyelid, I found it dried like matte, but it's not like really cakey matte. For powder, this is my favourite powder of all time. This is the Coty Air Spun Loose Face Powder. Mine is in Naturally Neutral. I do have the other shade as well, but that one's a bit more pink. This is more of a just like a neutral sort of yellowy tone, and this is like $5. I'm going to stock up on these because this is my favourite powder, as I just said, and you get so much. You do get it everywhere, that's the only bad thing about it. I used to buy Laura Mercier translucent powder. I bought 2 lots of it in the space of like a year. This has lasted me since last February. It's now January, and I look how much I have left in this, and I use it all the time I do my makeup. I also used to use this as the powder to set my eyelid as well, so I wouldn't just use it on my face. And this is literally like the best powder ever. It doesn't give you flashback, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't dry your skin out. The Laura Mercier one used to dry my under eyes out something crazy, and it was £30 a time, or £28. And yeah, this is $5. I think on Amazon, like to get it to the UK, I think it's obviously more than $5. It's like £10 or £9. But to be honest, it's so worth it. Like it lasts you over a year, and I've still got another one. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the other colour. Maybe I'll sell it, I don't know. I really want to try that bakery one. Flower bakery something. So if you've tried that, then please let me know. But I know a few like makeup artists that have said that it's really good, and that's one powder I really want to try, but I haven't stepped away from this in months. What I'm going to move on to now is bronzers. To start off with, I've got this Too Faced one. I don't really tend to use this much now, but I did used to use this like at the start of the year and that. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. This isn't like dark enough for me now, like when I've got tan on, but it's nice when I'm like a bit like when my tan's fading and when I've got like paler skin. It's also nice to contour with because it's like a warm tone, but it's more like on the ashier side of like being warm, if that makes sense. This is about like 20 something pound. All my bronzers are like high end apart from like 2, but I don't really tend to go for drugstore bronzers. I like to spend a bit more bronzers because otherwise I feel like they can make you look an orange mess even though I look orange most of the time, but I don't know, they can make you look really muddy. So I like to spend a bit more with bronzers. I think also with bronzers, it's like the formula as well. It's like the type of powder. This is a really nice powder. It's like a really like creamy, buttery powder. Blends really nicely onto the skin and with other powders. So this is a nice one to go for. The packaging's also really nice as well. Reminds me of Polly Pocket. I've also got this NARS bronzer. I think this is my most expensive one. I've also got Laguna, but that's like not dark enough for me. My boyfriend actually bought me both of them for like separate occasions. So this is Casino by NARS. This is darker one out of the two. But yeah, that's Casino. And this has like little glitter particles, but when it's on the skin, you can't really tell that much. You get a nice big mirror. And it's quite a big product. I really want to try the Marc Jacobs Tan Trick bronzer. I want to pick that up in Sephora next month. But as you can see, this NARS packaging gets so filthy. It's just covered in bronzer, well, obviously. But my favourite bronzers are by MAC. And I think that MAC just do the best like powders, like when it comes to like blushes and bronzers. So my favourite one is Give Me Sun, but I've completely run out of this. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, this bit around the edge is like the only bit left. This is my favourite bronzer. It's not too dark. It is more of an orange tone, but it's nice for like when you're on holiday, or if you're like me and you just want to be like tanned all the time. It's such a nice formula. Their powders are just so easy to blend, especially on top of other products. They don't tug at your foundation if you haven't like set your foundation. They're nice as transition shades. They're just so nice. This is the other shade I've got. This is Sun Power. This is darker and more orange. So yeah, this one is a lot darker. This one is lighter, but I've like got like none of this one left. These are about £23, but they last ages. I would highly recommend these, especially if you're a makeup artist. They're really compact. They're not like too big, whereas that NARS one's quite like, I don't know, they're not like too bulky. But yeah, they're just like good size and nothing else really to say about them. Then my favourite blushes of 2017. All-time favourite is Milani Luminoso. As you can see, I've had this for years. I got it in Florida about 3 years ago. And you can see I've literally got tons left. Looks like I've not even used it. That's my all-time favourite blush. It's a really beautiful like peachy shade, and it just goes with every single eye look ever. You could even wear a red lipstick and it would still go because it's not too peachy. It's more on the like golden side. And then my other favourite is also peachy, and it's this L'Oreal blush sculpt in nude beige. With this, I like how you have like two blush shades, one shimmery, one matte, and then you have like this highlighter shade as well. You can like mix them, all three of them together, or I just like to use the two like blush shades. I don't normally tend to use the highlighting shade. I just like peachy blush. I don't ever really tend to wear pink unless I was doing like really creative makeup. My favourite highlighting drops of 2017. So my favourite were the Cover FX custom enhancer drops in the shade Moonlight. These are like about £30. They're ridiculously expensive. The only reason I got them was because my boyfriend gave me like a Space NK voucher, so I was actually able to get them without like breaking the bank. Otherwise I would have never got them. They're ridiculous, but they are really nice. I have them on today and they go really nice with your foundation, and they go on nice on top of foundation, everything like that. They do other shades too. Then my other favourite that I've discovered recently is the Barry M Liquid Chrome Highlighter Drops. These were £7, and look at the size of the bottle. It's massive. These are literally, how much do you get in these? It doesn't say. But I swear you get so much more in this Barry M one at £7 compared to the £30 one. Equally love those, both the same. I would say the custom, like the Cover FX ones are a little bit thinner. I feel like the Barry M one's a bit thicker, so it looks heavier on the skin, a bit more like cakier, so you have to blend it a bit better, like a bit more. So you obviously get what you pay for with the Cover FX ones, Cover FX custom, whatever it's called. But I will say that the Barry M ones are really, really good, and the colours very similar too. They also do loads of different colours as well. Okay, my camera's like slowly dying. My favourite highlighter of 2017, you think because it's me and I always wear highlighter that I'd have tons of different ones, but I will say that I have a favourite, and it is the Inglot Sparkling Dust Face, Eyes and Body in 02, and this is my favourite highlighter ever. It's like the perfect like gold shade. I wear it all the time. It's like a dust, well, as it says, so it gets everywhere. but it's so intense. You can make it look natural, you can make it look intense, whatever you want it to look like. It's £12. Well, I paid $12, and I believe in the UK it's £12. It's the best thing ever, and it doesn't look cakey on the skin. Then my favourite highlighting palette is the Anastasia Beverly Hills collaboration with Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. This is literally the best one they've ever brought out. The shades in this are so girly. Forever Lit is great as an inner corner highlight. You've got Glow Getter, this is like perfect shade. Forever Young is one of my faves, and Glow Getter. Daydream 143, Kitty Cat. They're literally all stunning shades. You can wear them all on your lid. You can just wear these all over your face. My throat is like drying up. This I think cost me $30, I think it was. You get 6 shades. Had to double check them. And the packaging is so nice. It doesn't get really dirty like other like palettes do, like eyeshadow palettes. It's really good quality. None of mine, touch wood, have broken. It's also cruelty free as well. They got the little thing like Wet n Wild bunny thing. So yeah. Okay, now we're going to move on to my favourite part, eyes. 2017 was the year of colour. Well, I'm always about colour, but my favourite palette, one of them, of 2017 was the Morphe 35C palette. This is always the palette I would use if I wanted to be a bit more creative. The other palette I've got is the Urban Decay Electric palette, but I don't even think it's that great anymore. My favourite palettes ever now are Morphe palettes, and I just think that they're the best thing ever. The other favourite palette of mine is the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'd never put that down in 2017, but I just wanted to mention these Morphe palettes because they are like cheaper alternatives, and I do reckon that you can get exactly the same results. So yeah, we've got the Morphe 35C. As you can see, I don't even have any of this white light left. Then we've got this orange down here. We've got black, everything you could need. That was about £20, I reckon. I've got the Morphe 35OM. Everyone went mad on the Morphe 35O. This is the matte one. I loved this palette throughout 2017. I will always love this palette. I forgot about that one, to be honest. My Modern Renaissance. This is another favourite of mine. As you can see, completely battered. I literally use like every single shade. Burnt Orange, Raw Sienna, Rilga, Cypress. They're literally all just my favourite shades ever. These shades here, these two, are like so nice for on the lid or in the inner corner. I think that was £42, the Modern Renaissance. Another palette I loved was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, but I only really liked it for the shade Coconut Cream and the black shade, because I just thought the black was like the best colour. I do like these like Butter Pecan and like that, but I don't think they're that great, to be honest. Like the rest of the like colours in them, I don't think like Too Faced palettes are that great. Another single shadow I fell in love with was MAC's Nylon, which is this one here. It's literally the perfect highlight shade. So as you can see there, it's literally like stunning. Oh my god, I've got eyeshadow all over my jumper. So there you can see, it looks weird because my hand's pale, but obviously it's like just as good. And I just obviously love my Z palette. My Z palette is like the best thing ever. You can see all the shades I've got in there. I've got some Inglot, I've got some Makeup Geek Morphe, Anastasia Beverly Hills, got some eyeshadow on my jumper. And then my favourite palette ever is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. The only thing I hate about this is how dirty it gets. You can't really tell actually because the ISO, but I've done a few videos using this because this is honestly my favourite palette. This is what I have on my eyes today. Not only are the eyeshadows affordable, they blend so nicely, pigmented, they're buttery, they're literally everything you could want. Like, look at the pigmentation in these eyeshadows. They're just some shimmer shades. Oh, my camera wants to focus. And then there's this matte shade. They're literally like the best eyeshadows in the world. Please just get this palette if you haven't already. It was £30, I believe. I use these neutral tones like all the time, and the oranges and that. And then like see, so like these I got on my lid today. Then I've got like these rare colours. Then you've got like these browns that I use on like a day to day. I just love this blue as well. I think that's so stunning. But yeah, this is my favourite palette ever. And someone else said, but I do believe that the formula of them eyeshadows is different to their usual Morphe palettes, because it just seems a lot like better and creamier, in my opinion. Okay, God. Right, I'm literally like, been talking for hours. My favourite pigments of 2017. I loved like glitter in 2017, but there was none that like stood out to me. Like glitter's just glitter to me. Maybe I'll find some like when I'm like in America, I don't know. But my favourite pigments that I got this year were from Inglot. This is my favourite one. It's the Inglot Pure Pigment Eyeshadow in 45. It's this beautiful green shade and it's like iridescent, so it looks like green and then it looks like yellow and then it's like this bluey, like it's just so different and so cool. I've used it in my inner corner all the time. It's just the best thing. I think they're about £14. I think this cost me like $14, I don't know, something like that. But they're literally the best thing ever. Sorry, my jumper's falling down. I like them to put on the lid and the inner corner. Then my favourite eyeliner ever throughout 2017, forever. Yeah, the favourite gel liner is the Inglot 77 gel liner. This is the black one. This is it here. It's the best eyeliner you'll ever use. If you find that when you use gel eyeliner it tugs on your eye, look no further, get this one. It's so creamy, it doesn't do that at all. I know you're probably thinking like, yeah, but how doesn't it? Because all of them do. Well, that's what I thought before I bought this. And I was thinking, oh, how's it going to be that different? But everyone raved about it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get it. And literally, it's the best thing ever. And it's so pigmented. It's so black. It doesn't go anywhere. The only thing I will say is that it sometimes does transfer if you've got no eyeshadow on. It doesn't if you've got shadow on. But if you don't have any shadow on and you wear it, sometimes it transfers. So set it with a liquid liner over the top, and it's £12 I believe with this one. My favourite liquid liner is the NYX matte liquid liner. I used to use the NYC one, but then they like discontinued it and you can only get it on Amazon and I just can't be bothered with that. I found this one and it dries matte and it doesn't crumble off like their coloured liners. It's whatever, it's the only thing, it's whatever. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's £4.99 and it's like the best thing. So get it for liquid liner. It goes so nicely over glitter too, just glides over it. Glides over it. My favourite kohl liner of 2017 is a brown one and it's from Maybelline and it's the chocolate one or something like that. It's this one here. And 2017 was the year that I discovered brown eyeliner and I actually love it. I've got it on today and I just think it looks so nice on green eyes and like any eye colour really. It just looks so much nicer than black. Well, not so much nicer, but it looks so much more gentle on the eye, so much softer, and it just looks really, really stunning. So this was about £3, I think. And I just think it looks really nice, especially with the smoky eye, and it looks like nice with this orange, I think, today. My favourite mascaras. So my favourite mascaras of 2017, my favourite drugstore one is this Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot. I spoke about a lot of Maybelline products in this haul. This is about £6, I think. I'm just guessing the prices. This has a really nice wand. I've always loved the Colossal ever since I was younger. The brush is a bit funny now because I've had it for ages, but the brush isn't as like thick and bulky as the normal Colossal brush. It's quite bendy too. It's just really nice, gets really into the lashes and it really helps like thicken them and it does lengthen them, but it does make them look a bit clumpy, so you have to be quite careful with that. My next favourite is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. The brush of this is nice and thin. It's quite similar to the Colossal one actually. I find this really nice and lengthening. I wouldn't say this is very like, makes your lashes look very thick. I'd say it's more lengthening. It does give a little bit of volume and I do love the packaging of this too. My favourite, absolute favourite of the whole year. I was given one of these by Marc Jacobs in November or October and I think I'll definitely purchase the full size. This brush, as you can see, it like feathers out, then in, then out again at the end. It's such a thickening, volumizing, lengthening mascara. It's literally like all in one and it's so black and it's really good to stick your false lashes and your natural lashes together, and I find it great for the bottom lashes. I got it on my bottom lashes today and it's just so thickening. Really recommend this, and I haven't found it like peel off or crumble off or anything like some other mascaras sometimes do. Right, into lip products. I don't know how I'm going to do this because there's so many. I'm going to start off with red because I literally like never wear red. Okay, so my favourite red liquid lipsticks are by Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you've watched like a previous few videos of mine, then you'll probably know the combination I'm going to talk about. It's the shade American Doll and Electric Coral. So I'm just going to swatch these on my hand. So I've got the two reds here. My camera decided to die, that's why my camera might be a different angle. So they're not dry yet. American Doll is the darker red, and then Electric Coral is the lighter one. So this is Electric Coral and then that is American Doll. I like the two together because this one gives a nice deeper contrast and it's more of a sort of blue tone red. Then this one is more of your orangey sort of perfect sort of summer tone. Together they make this really nice red colour. So yeah, I really like those. They go really nicely on the lips and they mix really nicely together. And I just find that with these liquid lipsticks you can always create like your own custom colour. Moving on to nudes, I'm going to talk about my favourite lip liners. So I've got Oak by MAC. I've then got NYX's lip pencil in nude beige. I've then got another nude pencil by NYX, but I don't know where it's gone. And then I've also got my new favourite, which is Stripped Down by MAC. They're all very different shades. So first of all, we have Oak, Nude Beige by NYX, and then Stripped Down by MAC. They're all my three favourites. I'm just doing them like this because otherwise this video is going to be so long. So they're my three favourite lip liners to wear with any nude lipstick. My favourite liquid lipsticks of 2017. So I've got the Tarteist Lip Paint in Salty. Then the Nip and Fab Matte Liquid Lipstick, and then Lime Prime Buffy. I've done them all in like colour order. So it goes Tarte Salty, Nip and Fab Cool Nude, and then the Buffy Lime Crime Liquid Lipstick. I also have a new favourite nude by ABH, which is called Starfish. It's very similar to Buffy, but it's just a bit darker. So that's it. On the end, right next to Buffy here, just there. Then my favourite, all-time favourite nude lipstick, if you watch me all the time then you probably know, it's MAC's Peach Stock. It's just this perfect peachy nude. I literally have none left in mine. This goes with every single lip pencil and everything. This is it here. It's like the only lipstick I ever tend to wear. And then I have another lipstick that Craig got me for Christmas called Naturally Transformed, and that's quite similar. I'll swatch that as well because that's my new favourite and that's what I have on today. So this is Naturally Transformed next to Peach Stock here. That's Naturally Transformed, that's Peach Stock. This is more of a like a mustardy sort of yellow undertone to it, like a brownie undertone. I'm just going to wipe these off my hand so I can just show you the glosses. I feel like it's actually just better to show like lip products instead of just explaining them all, because most people won't have the undertones of every single thing, they'll just want to know what everything looks like. So this is the Too Faced Lip Injection. I started to use this at the start of the year because I got it for last Christmas. It's just like a clear gloss and they just sort of like tingle because it's like a lip injection. So yeah, this is just like a clear gloss. It smells like strawberries. I'm not going to swatch it because it's just clear. I have my all-time favourite, which is the Buxom White Russian. I got this because of Amanda Ensing a couple of years ago. This has like a pinky tone to it. I then have NYX. I love all of their glosses. This one is called Madeline. I discovered this year. God, my hair's all over the place. This is more of a brownie nude. I then have Undress by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is my all-time favourite gloss. I couldn't even tell you how much fave this is of mine. It's like Peach Stock but in a lip gloss. Then I have Butterscotch by Anastasia. It's more of a peachy pink. And then last but definitely not least, Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. It's very similar to White Russian actually, but I'd say this is a paler nude. White Russian's got more of a pink in it. So we have White Russian by Buxom. Then we have NYX Madeline, ABH Undressed, ABH Butterscotch, and then we have Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. These are all my favourite nude glosses. I'll just hold my hand there for a second because I know glosses are harder like to see. But yeah, the ABH ones, as you will to see, are the most like opaque. So they're all my favourite lip products of 2017. There is more that I've used throughout the year, but they are the ones that stand out to me the most. Just want to add some lashes in quickly, so then I'll go on to setting sprays, then we're done. For higher end lashes, well not higher end, these are just like about £9 by the time you pay for shipping. These are SK lashes. These were my favourite lash brand of 2017. I just haven't picked up any up in a while. So these are an old pair in the style Belle. So yeah, that's what they look like. As you can see, I've worn them before. My favourite drugstore lashes are the Sosu lashes. These are the styles Paris, and then I have the style Dubai, which I've not yet tried, but I love the style New York as well, but they are £5. I just wanted to chuck a couple of lashes in. I would highly recommend them Sosu lashes because they are £5 from Primark and you can't beat them. My last two things are setting sprays. So actual like setting spray wise, I've got the Revolution Pro Fix Amazing Makeup Fixing Spray. I've used this for years. I will say that this makes your makeup last such a long time, all day long. It's £5 and it's great. It is very like refreshing and it doesn't take that long to dry either. That's why I really like this, and obviously it's a fraction of the price of like the Urban Decay one. Then my last little favourite in this video is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This was like £10 for the little travel size. I love this because it's more of a mist than a spray, and I don't know if you're able to tell, but the bottle itself is even like holographic. Probably won't pick up. But yeah, I absolutely love this. As soon as you like put it on your face, it just like, it's just so nice. So I absolutely love this and I couldn't rave about it anymore, and I will definitely be picking the full size of this up in America. I definitely feel like this is the longest video I have ever done on my channel. Definitely the longest chatty one I've ever done ever. If you've survived to the end, thank you so much. My main goal for this year is to grow my YouTube channel. When I'm out in America, I'm going to get loads more makeup and do more tutorials and everything over there and all that jazz. And yeah, I'm going to be doing loads of vlogs when I'm over there. Going to be vlogging like every day, and I just want to grow my YouTube channel. That's my main goal. And I'm going to be doing more freelance makeup this year too. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any favourites of the past year that you'd like to share with me and leave in the comments, then feel free to do so. And I really like doing these videos because then I feel like I can share my favourites with you, and then we can just all share our favourites together. I just like watching these type of videos because then I feel like then you have an excuse to go buy more makeup. But I just like doing these types of chatty videos, and I hope it wasn't too long, even though I know it's so long. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this roundup of the whole 2017 favourites of mine. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.